The Pantheon presents What Came Out? The Origins of the Fastbreakers, written and read by the author, Andrew Stewart Bergerson, based on real events. Prologue. The hand of law and order was heavy in the Eighth Age, too often clenched in a fist, too seldom proffered in aid. Today, the five lands and the seven seas enjoy the blessings of equality and liberty. We have the Fastbreakers to thank for that, the daring of the young. In my role as detective in the Holy Inquest, I often imagined the restoration of order as a fabric. I worked tirelessly alongside Inspector Javos for 3 years to fasten the warp of mortal nature to the frame of society in straight, parallel lines. The thread we used was rough and strong. The cloth needed to be hardy and durable to survive life in the Pantheon, yet on its own unremarkable. The beauty of the fabric, I only later realized, came from the weft. Creative spirits moving under and over and between the law in vibrant tones with astounding agility, twisting us all into complicated knots. This I learned from the Fastbreakers. No doubt you've already heard versions of the tales of the Fastbreakers in a marketplace, around a campfire, or at a table. Some of you may prefer to read Detention, my forthcoming account of how they escaped from Shammer Jail. You may be more interested in what the Fastbreakers accomplished together. Or perhaps you're of the opinion that it doesn't matter what happened to us in the past, only what we do for ourselves in the present. It is the Ninth Age. You are free to read as you please. Other readers, however, may be curious about how they landed in Shammer Jail in the first place. You may also wish to better understand the peculiar qualities of life in the Eighth Age of the Pantheon, qualities that, to readers from the Ninth, will no doubt seem strange and misguided. For those readers, I have written this prequel, What Came Out, a series of tales beginning 2 months prior. I will take up the threads of Bastian and Sanchex in the vast wood, as their ways intersected with ours. I will add the other threads to this fabric, as ways lead on to ways. Hal, Prudence, Nix, Alexis, Gerbob, and Lega. Before they were Fastbreakers, each of them was very much on their own, struggling to survive a restoration of order in which they did not belong. These are their origin stories. Sensitive readers should be warned, some of these tales are disturbing. I'm not referring to the so-called adult themes of sexuality, violence, and war, as if the young do not also face those challenges. I'm apprising you of the fact that monsters lurked along the Great Trunk Road, in civilized places too, and sometimes the monsters win. And what of Hugo Rank, that unremarkable middle-aged constable, that detective who badly misjudged his young charges, that Justicar committed to the restoration of order? This account of the origins of the Fastbreakers would make little sense apart from the unprecedented effort of the Holy Inquest to pacify the Forgotten Lands. In the hopes of making sense of my role in these tales, as much for myself as for my readers, I will frame their backstories with some of my own, for I was tasked with maintaining security behind the Northern Initiative. As your narrator, I will do my best to share only my impressions at the time, without revealing what happened in the end. We put so much at risk when we write the stories of our lives. Writing is an act of destruction. What comes out is not the same as what goes in. Look for the next episode in this podcast, Bastian and the Crack of Death, and the novel Detention, Volume 1 of the Tales of the Fastbreakers. You can visit thepantheon.com for free maps, glossaries, and more, or support this project at ko-fi/ThePaytheon for access to Discord, hard copies of zines, role-playing adventures, and more. This audio recording has been a production of the Patheon LLC, music created by Gerbob for the Patheon LLC. The Patheon and the Tales of the Fastbreakers are registered trademarks of the Patheon LLC. No parts of this story or audio recordings may be reproduced or transmitted on any medium for any reason without permission of the Patheon LLC. Prologue, What Came Out, February 2025, copyright 2025, the Patheon LLC, all rights reserved.